Hi everyone, welcome to another show. I wanted to have a show here on Shaw years and years ago, and I remember talking with a group of people and being told by more than one of them that it was never going to happen. And yet, here I am, and I must say it's been a great run. Well, unfortunately, it's all coming to an end. As you know, August 15th, Shaw will be shutting down Cable 4. It's going black. Although my show will continue on YouTube and on Facebook, it just won't be on Shaw. Now, in the meantime, I still have two guests to interview today. Does the name Jennifer Feinberg mean anything to you? Well, obviously, if you read the Chilliwack Progress, it does. But who is the person behind those articles? Time for us to get to know Jennifer Feinberg. Jennifer!
Nancy! Oh,
I'm so glad you could make it.
my pleasure.
Please, have a seat.
Oh, thank you.
So glad you could make it today.
I'm glad to be here.
Okay, so I was reading your bio, so I'm going to start off with something that I found really interesting, and it's about your relationship, and it said it's complicated. But you didn't explain.
No, well, all relationships are complicated, you know. Mm-hmm. But, I was married once, and I'm still married, but we don't live together, so it's complicated.
Okay, but do you see each other?
We're separated. Well, I bring him groceries once in a while. He needs some help often, so I still help him out, even though we're not really together anymore. So.
But that's nice.
Yeah.
That's a really nice thing to do. Okay, so let's talk about something else now, okay? All right, the fact that you work at the Progress. Mm-hmm. How long have you been there?
17 years.
Whoa. All right, and what made you become a journalist?
My father was a school board commissioner, and he was interviewed by a reporter. The reporter called the home, and I said, he's not here right now. And they said, oh, well, you're a student in the school system. How about I interview you? And I went, okay, sure. Here's my opinion about what it's like to be living through a school strike. And then when my dad came home, the reporter interviewed my father, and she got 2 interviews, 1 household. I'm like, oh, that's clever. I like that work. And at 15, I took journalistic writing, and that's when I decided to be a reporter, and I've never looked back.
Oh my goodness, that's fascinating. Mm-hmm. Now, you're not from Chilliwack, correct?
Nope, I'm from Montreal, born, raised, educated in Montreal.
Where in Montreal?
Well, I grew up on Laval. I grew up in the island of Laval, and then moved downtown to the Plateau Mont-Royal, the hot spots, when I was in my university days, my salad days, and reporting in downtown Montreal. And then I moved out to BC. Whoa. It's been about 20 years now, and I love BC.
To Chilliwack originally?
Well, Chilliwack was 17 years ago.
Okay.
And then I was in Agassiz before that. So
oh, all right.
Bella Coola before that.
Whoa, fascinating.
All over.
How did you get hired on at the Progress?
Oh, I was just waiting, You know, just a job opened up. The reporter who I replaced was going to the Vancouver Sun, and I applied for the job. And when I got hired, I was like, woohoo! And I was ready to kiss the carpet. And the first thing I said when I got hired at the Chilliwack Progress is, you're going to have to sandblast me out of here. This is so good. It's a great newspaper. It's got a long tradition since 1891.
Let's start with one of the things that you do for the Progress. What jobs you report for?
City Hall I spend a lot of time doing City Hall reporting. So I watch the city's mayor and council make all the major decisions about how to spend the multi-millions, how to handle the homelessness, addictions, all the hard work that they've been doing to try and fix the problem in partnership with so many agencies and groups in Chilliwack. It's great to be able to see all the initiatives roll out.
Do you get to ask questions, or you just report?
When I'm at City Hall covering council, I don't say a word. I watch, and then later, if I need follow-up, I'll check with one of the, sometimes for background to the staff, or I talk to the mayor and council to find out the political opinions, which staff, of course, cannot give.
Okay, and what are some of the other items or things you report on other than City Council?
Do the environment, First Nations, almost anything. Today, I interviewed a barber who's giving up his barber chair. He's in his 40th year of barbering, as he says. His father was a barber, his twin brother was a barber, and he's a barber. Except he's going to live with the grandkids. He's leaving all his customers. They're crying. Except the most beautiful end to the story is that a new barber is taking over. He's a Syrian refugee who moved to Chilliwack 14 months ago with his beautiful wife and 5 kids, and now he's stepping into the barber chair. It's a beautiful human interest story.
Nice, nice. So how did you find out about this story?
Well, I have my sources.
I mean, do they?
I know everybody.
Well, I'm just wondering.
Which one? The barber story?
Yeah. Do they come to you, or somebody tell you
They
about
often
it?
come to me, or I hunt them down. I am the most curious. I'm like Da Vinci. I'm the most curious person around. I like interrogate everybody. I never take yes for an answer. I tell stories about people, and even the politics, and even the frustration, even the hard news. It's still always stories about people, and it's heart. It's about people.
That's true, yeah. But we're viewed differently for some reason. A talk show compared to a.
Well, it's a different style.
It's different style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get to do it all because the barber story. It's going to be like I'm sitting there having a chat, talking to the barber.
But for me, I don't have to worry about spelling.
I love spelling.
I hate
punctuation. I'm obsessed with apostrophes. I go into the laundromat, I want to correct the ads on the board. Like if I go into a store and it's wrong, I'm like, oh, really? Really? Like it's like an affront to me. I've had people say, Jan, don't be so obnoxious about the apostrophes, it's not a big deal. Some people don't know what to do with an apostrophe. I'm like, I'm well aware.
See, no, either I wouldn't notice it or I think, oh, that looks so cool. Because I think we should revamp the whole. The reason why I'm glad I don't have to worry about spelling is I don't spell well. I never have been able to.
I've never seen any typos in your posts, or I would have corrected them.
That's because it lets me know it's misspelled.
It tells you.
But you know how sometimes spell check, like it says I have no suggestions for you because it has no idea what I'm trying to spell. Because sometimes I don't know where to start. Like
me neither. I never know where to start my stories. I come before you to stand behind you.
We're being twinsies today because we have the same hairstyle. Got it at the same place. Shay Moon, thank you. Sorry about that.
Nice
okay.
plug.
Now, I just want to ask you, journalism, because you've been in that business for 17 years, have you noticed a lot of changes?
17 years here, but in total, probably close to 30 years. Changes have happened to the industry. It's so hard to keep up. Journalism is completely different. When I started, my first story at 17 years old was on a manual typewriter. Today, not only is it on computers, but I'm no longer a community journalist. Even though I write Chilliwack stories, we're hyper-local, I am a community journalist and a community reporter, I'm a multimedia journalist. I have to write the story, shoot the photos, shoot video, post it to Facebook, post it to Twitter, get a following, generate discussions. It's a different focus. The online focus has really shifted, and it's become almost primary, and people go online first to find the news, so we've got to be there. We are there. That's why, we work very hard to get the stories up as fast as we can online, and then they're in print, because there's still a hardcore customer base that loves their paper version.
Yes.
They love the smell, they love the feel. It's changed a lot. But what hasn't changed is we're still telling stories about people. We're asking, what makes you get up in the morning? Why do this? Why are you passionate about this? Why is this barber giving his barber chair to the Syrian barber? Because he's paying it forward. Because his dad was a refugee, a Hungarian refugee. And now the Syrian refugee is a barber who needs a job. He's doing what he can to help him.
Right, cool. Now, do you personally like these new changes? Do you like social media?
It's exciting, actually. It's really, you grow new connections in the brain when you learn new things. So having to be able to, I'm a multitasker anyway. So I'm working on one story, I'm writing, I'm Facebooking my story from last week, I'm putting the video together for the third story. It's all different elements. Very challenging, very exciting, very visual. I do video now. I'm a videographer as well.
Yahoo!
So things have changed a lot. It's very scary because I'm an old-time print reporter. I've done radio, I've done TV, but I love the print, the smell of the print, the newsprint on your fingers. The thought that some newspapers, daily newspapers in Canada have gone completely online with no print version, like La Presse in our hometown of Montreal, my hometown of Montreal.
Mine too.
Is such a change.
Right.
but I'm just rolling with the punches, rolling with the changes, because you can't do anything else.
All right. So now it's time to find out who Jennifer is away from the reporter. Who are you when you're not reporting?
Well, one of my primary roles is to be a doggy mama. I always rescue some big old dumb dog that needs help. I had my Charlie for 16 years, and now I have my Samson. So he's a big, boisterous shepherd cross, and I love to walk him in the park and take care of him and try and tell him to not bark as much. You know, he thinks his name is Shut Up because I'm like, shut up, shut up. But he's goofy, so I love to walk in our local beautiful parks. I love to read. I love to watch movies. I love to climb the hiking trails that we have around here. They're beautiful, and I just love Chilliwack's mountains and rivers and lakes.
Somebody told me that you're a really good cook.
Oh yeah, I love to do that. That's true. That's my number one hobby. I used to have a food blog. I was so excited about it. I'm going to share all my recipes. People need to know how to make meatloaf properly. I've got a killer spanakopita recipe. I love to cook. Every Sunday, I cook for my friends. I invite people over. I just invited somebody to a cook-off last night. You probably know him.
Who?
Jeff Edwards.
Oh,
Yeah,
seriously?
Yeah, and I said, we should do a doll-off. I call it a doll-off because we both make this Indian dish made with, he makes it with chickpeas. I think I make it with lentils or a black chickpea called dal. And I said, we should have a doll-off. So I was like, yes, I'm very competitive about it. My doll is great. He says, my doll is going to be better. I'm like, I think we have to have a doll-off.
So did you have it, or are you going to?
We were talking about it. Just last night we met and we both shared recipes. And they're very similar, but I think I would kick his butt.
Okay, so when did your interest in cooking begin?
Oh, a long time ago. I don't know. When I was a kid. I started when I was a kid, but the first thing I ever learned how to make was like spaghetti and meatballs. I love to make spaghetti and meatballs. It's still my favorite thing to cook.
And what other things do you do? So you do Indian food.
Yeah. Oh, I do Indian,
Italian.
Arabic, First Nations.
Oh.
Not so much First Nations. I don't even know how to make bannock, but I enjoy it.
All right, eating it.
And salmon. I love this province for its iconic salmon. It's such a shame that we've destroyed its habitat, and it's been degraded to the degree that it doesn't flow in the rivers the way it used to. It's very sad.
We've done that with everything.
Yeah, we have. I know.
Somebody who is so into reporting and language and all that, then obviously you're a reader.
Yes, but when I read, I like to read fiction though, because my work is so technical and it's so hard news oriented. The politics, the scandals, the terrible news. Sometimes that's not relaxing. So when I go on a beach vacation, I want beach literature. I want chick lit. I want something entertaining.
What's chick lit?
Chick lit. It's like instead of, yeah. It's just
I like that term. That's really great. But yeah, it's an escape, right?
Yeah, like they used to have chick flicks. Well, there's chick lit. That's what it is.
That's so cool. Geez, this has been so great, but unfortunately, time goes fast when you're having fun. Our time is up.
How much fun was this?
I know, our time is up. But I hope we'll continue and have you back when we're doing something else, another show.
Well, I'm glad you're getting out there and getting to know everybody, and it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much. And thank you for watching, but don't go away. We have a whole other half with another guest.